All right, we're back on unemployment and new jobs. Chris Rivera and Salwa Majeed from Guilford Works, as well as Will Graham of Graham Personnel Services, are your experts for today. All right, Chris, we've had a couple of texts about this. Are there any job opportunities for nonviolent offenders?
Yeah, I think that employers are extremely open to hiring individuals of all backgrounds, particularly those who may have some sort of justice involvement. There are resources in our community certainly available through our NC Works Career Center or our partners at Goodwill Industries Welfare Reform Liaison Project that specialize in navigating that system with individuals who are justice involved. But the short answer is yes. If an individual is a nonviolent offender, employers certainly are more open to hiring them at this point. Occupationally, that could be across the gamut: warehousing, things of the like, advanced manufacturing.
And maybe taking some time at NC Works to help kind of filter through to see what do you do with your resume, which job opportunities are more apt to hire, might be a good idea. All right, so Salwa, this person says, what is the best way to market yourself for new employment after the age of 50?
Sure. So after the age of 50, it's not uncommon, right, for interviewers to make comments to older candidates about being overqualified or too expensive to employ. We hear that a lot at the NC Works Career Centers. Knowing how to respond to those questions right when you're applying for a job is really important, because it's going to be one of the first questions you get. So leverage your knowledge and expertise and be sure to state it as soon as you can when you begin your interview process.
And say what? I understand I am overqualified, meaning I'm older. What do you say?
You want to say that you're bringing all the expertise you can to this company, not that you're inexperienced, but you're bringing expertise, and that is what you're bringing to the table.
And that you want to work there, and that's a key point too. All right, we're getting inundated with all kinds of text questions about the older worker. So, and older than the age of 50, the older worker. Okay, so Chris, there's a senior resource from Guilford Works, from NC Works.
Yeah, so in both of our career centers in Guilford County, and I venture to say in the 9 career centers in the Triad area, there are senior resources, senior services that specializes in placing individuals that are 50 and above. And they do a lot of that placement in part-time and or full-time work. And so certainly we encourage individuals to visit our NC Works Career Center and speak with one of those representatives.
Sometimes it's so much better to know these are the 10 employers who will hire versus just putting out your resume to all of these other employers. All right, so Will, what do you have on that when it comes to those who are seniors who are saying, okay, I want a job?
Yeah, I actually think in 2021, it is a competitive advantage. And here's what I mean is there is not an employer out there who's not looking for reliability. And when we think of older, more seasoned workers, we think of folks that are going to be reliable, their lives are stable, they're going to show up to work. And I'm telling you, that is what employers are looking for and thirsting for. I know in the past that the United States has a reputation of discriminating against older workers, but I do not think that that is really occurring as much in 2021. I think it's a competitive advantage for you in the marketplace.
All right, I want to make sure that we get you hooked up, you at home, with those people who are on the screen right now. So first and foremost, I believe we have the information for Will Graham and for Graham Personnel Services that we can put up. So because we've had a couple of people say, how do I get in touch with Will Graham? So we want to put up Graham Personnel Services, and that's grahamjobs.com. And then you can see it there, 336-288-9330. And yes, they are on Gallimore Dairy Road, correct, Will?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
And so then we also want to put up the information from NC Works as well. Now, this is something that, again, there are 9 different places all around the state. You happen to have one right here in Guilford County, but North Carolina Works, you can text jobs to that number on the screen. You might want to take a screenshot of it, write it down, whatever you got a chance to do at the moment, 336-882-4141. Now, all of this is going to be in the 2 wants to know section. So if you're like, I'm cooking dinner, I'm doing something, I'm chasing the kids, whatever, we're going to have this for you on our website so that you'll be able to have it as well. Thank you all for taking your time and your expertise, giving us all the education that we need, get new jobs, figure out the unemployment, all of the resources. Again, if you missed anything, it's going to be in the 2 wants to know section.